Final presented to you by Mercedes-Benz. How was the AFC North won? Ravens down 2. 4th down. Waiting seconds. Lamar to Isaiah Likely. Wow. This time he does make a football move. Gets him in territory for their rookie kicker. Tyler Luke, the 6th rounder, from 44 yards out. He had not missed a field goal inside of 50 all year. But it happens. And the Steelers hang on for a come-from-behind win. They will play host to the Houston Texans on Wild Card Weekend. We will see Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers. They are the last game of the 6-game slate, which gets started Saturday in Carolina. Rams, Panthers. The nightcap, Packers, Bears for the 3rd time in playoff history. Sunday's triple header in Jacksonville, in Philadelphia, in New England. And then finally the Texans and the Steelers on Monday Night Football. And with that, we welcome you to Game Day Final, the final regular season edition. It is presented to you by Mercedes-Benz. I am Chris Rose. This is the former NFL rushing champ, MJD. The first 3 quarters of that game in Pittsburgh, we were like, oh, man. I know it's another slugfest. It's very physical. That part's fun. And then it was like watching fast break hoops. The final drive, we thought Baltimore was going to do it.
Yeah, they did everything.
Yep.
They did everything right. They came down to the wire. You got a 4th and 7, which are tight end we just showed. And but this is the thing. I don't want people to say, hey, the kicker, it's not always on the kicker. There was a lot of things that happened throughout the course of this game that the Ravens had opportunity to win.
You're sounding like a coach right now.
I'm just being honest. Yes, he needs to make that kick, but you just can't blame it on him. And that's a lot of pressure on a rookie to make the field goal. In those situations, I always like to try to get as close as I can. Right? Let's say we're making it's a 40-yarder or 44-yarder. Let's try to make it a 35-yarder to help him out as much as we can. In that situation, it just didn't work out that way.
So let's focus a little bit on the Pittsburgh Steelers and Aaron Rodgers. And once again, no DK Metcalf serving the back half of his 2-game suspension.
Forgot about that.
So he had a bunch of wide receivers who just weren't productive, weren't winning routes. And down with 2.5 to go, he starts finding guys. Calvin Austin, who came off of that hamstring injury.
Yeah.
And this felt vintage Rodgers.
Well, to me, listen, Aaron Rodgers throws the slant route better than anyone in the NFL, so you got to be able to cover that. They started the drive with that. They came to that multiple times. And then you just get a guy slipping. You had some screen games here. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, and let's also remember the Baltimore Ravens lost 2 or 3 DBs as the course of this game went on. So you had a chance to take some shots. But here, DB just slips. A guy's wide open. What a throw. What a find.
Should have been Uzier.
Yeah, and that happens. But like you said, the game, the first 3.5 quarters was not good. But that last half a quarter, I think they might have scored maybe, 4 touchdowns?
It was, I believe, 22 points in the last 9+ minutes of the game. 25 points in the last 9 minutes. Back and forth. Let's take big picture of what happened with the Steelers over the last month, right? You think they were running away, and then Baltimore comes back, and then they feel good with 2 games to go, and then you got the DK Metcalf suspension. They end up losing Week 17 in Cleveland to open the door for the Ravens. And then the Ravens came out, and they took it to them, right? Derrick Henry, physical. They had a double-digit
yards
lead
in the first half.
Yeah. But this is what has happened under John Harbaugh. The number of double-digit leads that they have lost in the last 5 years when they seemingly have control of a game, and that's what they're going to be kicking themselves over here.
Well, let's remember, that defense has struggled all year. Guys have been banged up.
Inconsistent is what I would say.
Yeah, inconsistent. I won't only say struggle. Inconsistent all year. Offensively, you were running the football in the first half, and then you kind of went away from it in the second half again. And then all of a sudden, Lamar lights up. And that's what you want to see. When Lamar's going, things are going well. But it comes down to playing complementary football, and the Ravens didn't do that in the last 5, 6, 8 minutes of the game. And so you're giving up touchdowns, you're trying to score quickly, you're trying to do certain things, and you just put a kid in a position that you hope that he can thrive in, but he just didn't in this moment. And let's also remember, it's one of the toughest places to kick, but this is what I will say about the Baltimore Ravens and the AFC North in general. You never know who will win this. This is what the AFC North is like week in and week out when you play Cleveland. You talked about the Baltimore Ravens or the Pittsburgh Steelers losing to Cleveland. That's insane. And then Cleveland beating Cincinnati. We're going to talk about that later on as we watch the highlights. But it's just a mesh pot of guys and teams trying to figure their way out. My question is, with Pittsburgh, you're going to get DK Metcalf back. You're going to have these things going. How's this going to look against the Houston Texans defense, though, that is one of the best in the game right now?
The best. Number 1 in total defense, number 2 in scoring defense behind only the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, wow.
You know, with Mike Tomlin, boy, it has been a rough last month. They were chanting, "Fire Tomlin," right? Just a month ago.
They always do that. I feel like that's
that's
a yearly thing in November-ish.
Well, now he's going to have a chance to break that 9-season playoff winless drought. He will be hosting the Houston Texans. Here is the leader of the Steelers.
It's another one in the history of this series, man. It's an honor to be a part of this rivalry with that group. Got a lot of respect for them, man. Obviously, it was a 60-minute football game. But I'm just happy for those guys in that locker room. They fought and fought and fought, not only tonight, but throughout the entire journey. And so we move forward. I'm thankful for that. I'm excited about what lies ahead. Not only the game next week, but the work in front of it, because that's how we get there. That's how we engineer victory. The guys had a great week this week, and I think they put that on display. We supported one another. Certainly wasn't easy. Defense supported offense when offense needed to be supported. Offense supported defense when defense needed to be supported. And that's team. And we're AFC North champions. And that sounds good and it feels good. But we didn't come here for that. We came here for what lies ahead. And so excited about that. Thankful. Got some bumps and bruises.
Well, Chicago, NFC North champions, but Caleb Williams and the crew could be the 2 seed with a win over the Lions or a Philly loss at home against Washington. Second quarter, the Lions up 6-zip, off to Jahmyr Gibbs. They haven't been able to do that the last 3 weeks.
No, they haven't. Jahmyr Gibbs has been kind of taken away, and Latifa's done a great job of doing that. But Jared Goff with a nice throw there to get him going.
13-0 now in the third. Caleb looking for DJ Moore, but it's Avonte Maddox. Beats him to the spot.
Yeah, look at that. Little competition up there. Little bump at the top of the route. Caleb tried to give his guy an opportunity, but in this game, it was a weird game for the Chicago Bears. It seemed like things were getting going until now.
Yeah, Ja'Day Walker, old buddy who caught that game-tying touchdown against Green Bay in Week 16. 2-point conversion is good. Little man's like, rah, here come the Bears.
I love it.
Williams, Colston Loveland. 2-point conversion is good. We're tied at 16. They were down 16-0 in the fourth. Still 16-16. Under a minute to go. Goff to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I can guarantee it's a deep in route. Look at that.
Oh, you already seen the highlight.
No, I just know Jared Goff, and I know what they call in crucial moments. That's the route they're going to run every time.
Sets up Jake Bates for the game winner. You know, it's interesting. The Lions are going to finish last in the NFC North, but with a winning record. So at least they'll take that into 2026. So the Bears lost opened the door for the Super Bowl champs to move from the 3 seed to the 2 seed.
Oh, wow.
Nick Sirianni, though, rested his big guns. No Hurts, no A.J. Brown.
Smart.
He said, I don't regret it. But now they're going to end up playing San Francisco in the first round instead of a struggling Green Bay team. I don't know. Tank Bigsby, he gets into the end zone. Eagles were up 14-10. Fourth quarter, Josh Johnson. Spend some of that commercial money, my man.
Yeah, don't spend it, save it.
Okay, fine.
But spend that to Bates right there in the back of the end zone. I love it. Again, Josh Johnson's been around this league, played a lot of football. This is a guy that'll play around for a long time.
Here's his second rushing touchdown of his career. And then he fires it in the wall. That always scares me because I think he's going to hit one of the photographers. Then he'll be spending some of that commercial money.
That's part of the process.
All right, so here we go. Playoffs get started Saturday on Fox, Rams and Panthers. Packers and Bears, the late night Saturday on Prime. And then Sunday, the middle part of the sandwich, the Niners and the Eagles. You can see that on Fox. But let's focus on the Saturday night special, if you don't mind, because for the third time ever, we get Packers and Bears in the postseason. Remember Week 16, Caleb? Picked off in the waning seconds by Keyshawn Nixon to preserve the victory. But then, just 2 weeks later, the walk-off. Yes, that was in Week 16. The other one was in Week 14. That to DJ Moore. Yeah, he was Iceman that night.
Yeah, cold.
Is that what they've been calling him?
Yeah.
Iceman?
I don't know.
I think so.
Okay.
So now, here's the big deal. We know that Michael Parsons isn't around, right? He tore his ACL, and they have been a different defense without him. So is that the biggest deal? Can somebody stop Caleb Williams and that Bears offense on Green Bay?
Yeah, I still think they have enough players there to slow down this offense. They've done a great job as a team defensively of corralling guys, but to me, this is less about the Packers' defense. When Micah Parsons went out, all the pressure goes to Jordan Love in this offense to be able to go out there and score points. Jordan Love has to go out there and light this thing up. Christian Watson, Josh Jacobs, all this receiving core, they have to go out there. You have to play your best game going. And the reason being is this. You're going into Chicago. You know your defense has been struggling as of late. Take the pressure off them. Be aggressive. Score touchdowns early, as we see here, and get it going. They rested their players in Green Bay for a reason. They want to be 100% healthy. Let's remember last year, the Green Bay Packers played their guys in a meaningless game. Christian Watson gets hurt. A couple of guys get banged up.
They got lit up by Philly in the first round.
Well, we learned from that mistake. Now it's time to go out there and be healthy, be ready to go.
So you like Green Bay in this contest? What's the matter?
Why
Because this is what people want to know. They want to know who you like. I mean, if this were a cooking show, I'd be asking you about recipes. This is a football show, so I'm going to ask you who's going to win.
I like Green Bay in this one.
Hey, thank you.
I do like Green Bay. I don't, but yeah, let me think about it a little bit longer. Like right now, I like
until
Green
Saturday
Bay.
night.
Yeah, I may switch it up later in the week. We'll see.
You might switch it up later in the show. No, the way
you never know.
Around
you
here.
never know.
Okay.
I still like Green Bay, though.
So Tampa beat Carolina on Saturday, but everybody was watching this game in Atlanta because Carolina was rooting for Kirk Cousins.
You're lying. There's fans of other teams at this game?
That's
crazy.
Baker watching from his couch, according to his wife's social media channel.
Yeah, why not?
Kirk, you got some time back there?
Oh, 1 Mississippi, 17 Mississippi.
Plenty of time to throw to Drake London. Come on now.
We did not like that. Bucs fan. We did not like, what are you doing?
Third quarter, 4th and goal, going for it. The Saints down 6. Oh, no. Bucs fans are sweating it out. Tyler Shuck to Kevin Austin Jr. We got a tie game.
No way.
Oh, there's a flag.
No.
People thought down that part of the country it was